I consume a lot of content throughout the week, and some are good, some are bad, and some are interesting. And I thought I'd start a new series where I dive into the 5 best pieces of information that I read throughout the week. This first bit of information is titled "Cancel Culture is More Bark Than Bite." So you might remember that recently Goya Foods was attacked on social media because the CEO of the company praised the President of the United States. The phrase "boycott Goya" quickly started to trend as consumers criticized him for supporting a leader who they believe hurt Latin Americans and immigrants with his controversial immigration policies. Despite that, Goya Foods has benefited from the growing consumption of ethnic foods and a resurgence of in-home eating during the coronavirus. Goya Foods reported that they are investing $80 million into a manufacturing and distribution facility in Brookshire, Texas. Please make no mistake about this story. It's not intended to be a political jab at the left, but instead an uppercut to the weak American cancel culture that has gotten popularized lately. Second awesome piece of information that I consumed this week is titled "Hipsters Rejoice." You can now drink your weed and still keep your street cred. Cannabis drinks are slowly entering the mainstream in the United States, although many are waiting for greater clarity in federal regulations. More companies could enter the space sooner as more risk-tolerant brands jump into the fire first. Pabst announced the initial launch of its Pabst Blue Ribbon cannabis-infused seltzer to customers in California at dispensaries and online. Pabst Labs is a licensed cannabis company founded by former Pabst Brewing Company employees and cannabis experts who were given the rights to develop a line of cannabis-infused beverages under the Pabst Blue Ribbon name. Each 12-ounce non-alcoholic seltzer can contain around 4 grams of sugar, 25 calories, and 5 milligrams of THC. The lemon seltzer is the only flavor available now, but the company said additional flavors are in development. This is one of the first alcoholic beverage companies to allow its brand name on a cannabis drink, which this entry of an established brand could help further kickstart the cannabis drinks category. Interest in the products has been growing, and a recent study said that 30% of Americans are willing to try a cannabis-infused non-alcoholic beverage. In Canada, where cannabis-infused food and beverage is now legal, Canopy Growth has sold over 1.5 million cans of its THC-infused ready-to-drink beverages, and they did say last week that they would be launching these cannabis-infused beverages in California and Illinois next year through its partnership with Acreage Holdings. It's important to note that 39% of Canopy Growth is owned by Constellation Brands. Now, also beer giants like Molson Coors and AB InBev have made investments and formed partnerships to launch cannabis-infused drinks. The third awesome piece of information that I read this week was that Amazon broke $10 billion in sales in only 48 hours. While the pandemic forced Amazon to delay its big sale from its usual July date, the timing became serendipitous as the retail industry was already planning a jump on the holiday season in 2020. Amazon didn't reveal its total haul, which it usually doesn't, but Digital Commerce 360 estimated that it was $10.4 billion globally over a 2-day period, up from $7.16 billion for the event in July of 2019. Also, eMarketer said in the US, they estimated the Amazon Prime Day sales rose 42.8% from last year. Third-party sellers globally took in more than $3.5 billion, making the event the 2 biggest days ever for third-party sellers. These third-party sellers, as Amazon said, are nearly all small and medium-sized businesses. The question remains, though, given the timing of this event, will businesses see a significant amount of their demand pulled forward? The fourth bit of information that I want to bring up is how sending nudes didn't go as planned for Kraft. Kraft continues to deploy eyebrow-raising marketing to draw consumer interest. In its latest campaign timed around National Noodle Day, explicitly riffs on the idea of sending nude photos. Promotional materials include images of a bowl of mac and cheese that's been blurred as though it's a naked person. Users were supposed to visit and join Noods.com to complete an order form that will send Noods either a box of macaroni and cheese or a coupon to redeem the item at grocery stores to someone that they care about. Kraft quickly had to scrub the ads from the sexually suggestive Send Nudes campaign off the internet because there was an intense social media backlash. I guess people don't believe in humor these days. And the final bit of information that I want to share that I found interesting, really it just kind of validates a prediction that I had earlier. And this is one, again, around Amazon, and they made me 15% correct. SpartanNash has given Amazon the right to purchase 15% of the company's shares. This builds on an existing partnership under which SpartanNash supplies Amazon with groceries to sell through its e-commerce channels. You might remember that in June, I created a piece of content naming 5 businesses that Amazon should buy next, and SpartanNash was on that list. As I always say, even a blind squirrel can find a nut from time to time. If you think Amazon's grocery ambitions end with Whole Foods Market, you've not been paying much attention. Amazon has launched larger footprint Amazon Go-like grocery stores and continues to grow its fleet of Amazon Go convenience locations. But what does this all mean? Amazon needs to become a grocery distributor through acquisition. This shouldn't seem all that odd because Walmart actually acquired a grocery distributor, McLane, when it was getting into groceries 2 decades ago before it was divested to Berkshire Hathaway after it learned the business. Without an optimized logistics network to cost-effectively distribute groceries to stores, no grocery retailer will be successful. Distribution is everything. I would be surprised if Amazon doesn't purchase all the SpartanNash in the next few years, as they're the 5th largest food distributor in the United States. They also are the leading distributor of grocery products to U.S. military commissaries, and SpartanNash owns around 160 grocery stores that can be easily retrofitted to speed up Amazon's new namesake grocery store fleet. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this new segment that I'm bringing you guys. I'm going to broaden these as we go and kind of add some different interesting pieces of content that I've consumed. I wanted to keep this a little bit on brand just to get this thing rolling, but I definitely am somebody that reads a ton of different pieces of content in a ton of different areas. I have a lot of interests that are outside of maybe CPG and retailing and commerce, all those kind of ancillary areas. So hopefully I could bring a little bit diverse information about me within this new segment. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to help support me, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button on this video. If this is the first time you've been introduced to my videos, would love for you guys to be a part of my community by subscribing to my channel. I upload several videos just like this weekly. And if you guys want to connect further outside of this platform, I do include all of my social media links down below. I just want to thank you guys again for your time. Hopefully I gave you some value in return, and we'll see you guys on the next video.